There was a calmer, gentler time when people didn't have to really care that much about politics. Things would pretty much work themselves out for themselves. But I do believe that right now the parties have diverged so greatly that the Republicans are where the Bill Clintons were in the 90s, and the Democrats have just swung so far to the left that it's a disgusting party, and that's demonstrated by the recent poll results that showed 27% approval for the Democrat Party. Of course, you're always going to have the NPCs, the non-player characters, that cannot consider the alternative because they've been brainwashed by the media, which is pretty much what this video is about today. NPCs, where they get their ideas from. And basically the media has inculcated certain ideas into their minds by repetition, by bringing out people that are deemed to be experts, by just telling you and rewarding you for being a good person, for siding with them. I mean, you can go on any social media platform and espouse decent and sane ideas like maybe you shouldn't be destroying other people's cars, aka Teslas, because you disagree with the politics of the owner, who, by the way, is only trying to save the US government and US citizens and save Social Security by eliminating the waste, fraud, and abuse that would otherwise completely bankrupt the system. But they are just espousing and repeating the talking points that they've been given. And part of it is that they don't have enough time to investigate. So they trust the expert. And once they're framed as experts, once they are trusted, it takes a tremendous amount for you to tear down in your mind the structure that held them up there as experts, because to do so would be to admit that you were wrong. So it's not every single person on the planet that is capable of doing this. But nevertheless, once they have them hooked, once they get them to put out a Black Lives Matter square on their Instagram, the black square that people used to put, they have you down that road one step at a time until it becomes your identity, and it becomes very difficult for you to dissociate from how you saw yourself, because it's like the death of a person, the death of the ego, the death of self, to admit that we were wrong about anything for the majority of people out there. So if you personally have decided that your old ways, you've reconsidered your old paradigms, your old beliefs, well, kudos to you. That happens to be me. I used to be on the left side of the aisle, left of center, not far left, but definitely on that side. Of course, during those moments, the left was a protector of free speech, which is something that I strongly believe in. They were a protector of individual rights, and now that happens to be with the Republican Party, and I'm basically a libertarian, and I'm just going to veer off and support Donald Trump and making America great again. But these people, they are told that this man who was sent to El Salvador was a mistake. They're out there saying that it was an innocent person. No, this man was found to be MS-13 years ago and was held into custody, according to what I understand. But they're propagandized by the left, and they're not told the details. They're just told that they're moral if they espouse the belief that Donald Trump is deporting people mercilessly that don't deserve it. And first of all, they're all illegal immigrants. They're all here illegally. You roll the dice if you are here and you have that status. And I know from my personal travels that it can be kind of harsh when you deal with immigration. My own wife was essentially booted from America, given 3 months here, and we had to leave the country because she told the wrong thing to the CBP officer. And we've had to go through immense amount of time as well as resources in order to get her a green card, and I'm not even ready to bring her back to the States because of all the craziness that is currently going on there. But when you talk to the NPCs, my NPC friends merely repeat when I bring up Marie Le Pen, they just say far right, because yesterday she was found guilty of embezzlement and sentenced to 4 years of house arrest and barred from the election. This is France essentially destroying democracy, not allowing your opponent to run, lawfaring them the same way that they did Donald Trump. And this has happened all over Europe. It happened in Romania. It happened in Poland. And it's going on in Ireland right now, where they're trying to take out Conor McGregor for a tweet from 2023 where he said, "Ireland, we are at war." And the moment that he decides to run for the presidency, they announce that they're looking into him. It's lawfare. It's preventing the opposition from gaining hold of the reins of power. And all these people say they're far right. That's what they say about the AFD. Really? Far right? When you have a brown rug muncher as the leader of the party, Alice Waddell and her Sri Lankan wife? That's what you call far right? Yes, because that's what all good Nazis do. They're lesbians who mate with brown-skinned people. That's classic, straight out of the Third Reich, straight out of Mein Kampf, isn't it? That's what all good Nazis did back in the day, but that's the way they're framing it, and these people just hear it over and over again and just decide that they're going to espouse this belief without any investigation. Far right this, grifter, racist, all of these terms apply. Elon Musk is a racist. Really show me the evidence. They have no evidence. They just repeat what they are told. And the NPC is pretty much the foot soldier for the far left because they just espouse these opinions. They're out there torturing Tesla employees, dealerships, car owners, because they've been told that Elon Musk is evil incarnate because he's not elected. Do you know how few of the president's advisors are actually elected? Very, very few of them. Some are approved by Congress, but you can have an advisor like your chief of staff who you choose for yourself. Elon Musk can be chosen by Donald Trump. He has that right, but they're just out there repeating. And once again, the reason is the media. The media is the brainwashing tool of the deep state, of the blob, so that they can go ahead with less resistance, with less friction, and employ their strategies in really subverting our democracy. Because as I made in the video yesterday, democracy is essentially a sham when you are able to deperson and throw your opponents out of the contention to hold the reins of power, because that's what they're doing. The German government, if the AFD had won, they had said that they were going to nullify the election. The same thing as, again, that they did in Romania, in Poland, and all over the globe. This is a repeated phenomenon. So, once again, when you hear your friends just repeating Elon is a racist, not elected, just know that they're NPC talking points, that they have no real reasons behind that they don't investigate for themselves, and they're just repeating the media and exactly what they've been told to say. It's unfortunate, but that is the reality. The media still has a tremendous stranglehold on the people that don't have time to investigate for themselves, are too stupid to do so, or simply don't care enough to. So that's my theory on it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Thumb up the video and have yourself a great day. And if you're new, please subscribe. Peace out.